The death toll is climbing from wildfires in California as crews search for more bodies. Dry conditions and high winds are fanning the flames, leading to new evacuations in Napa and Sonoma counties. Since the first fires erupted Sunday, nearly 30 lives have been lost. Hundreds of people are still missing. Nearly 200,000 acres have been scorched. Carter Evans is in one of the hardest hit areas in Santa Rosa, California.
We gotta get out of here!
New video is emerging of the horror that Californians faced as they fled the flames.
I can't breathe.
How many were unable to escape is still unknown. A reality check came today.
I'm going to talk about something that's really sensitive now. It's a harder part of it, and it'll be very hard for the families.
Sonoma County Sheriff Rob Giordano spoke bluntly.
We're moving into a recovery phase. Identification is going to be hard. We have found bodies that were almost completely intact, and we have found bodies that were nothing more than ash and bones.
Hundreds are still missing or unaccounted for. The massive scale of the disaster was expressed in a surreal image, a mail truck with nothing but rubble all around. Many who fled know they're lucky to be alive, including Charity Ruiz, who escaped her burning neighborhood by bicycle, her 2 kids hitched to the back, and all with a 3rd child on the way. She's 8.5 months pregnant.
To know that the baby's going to come into this world and of course be loved, and it's going to be wonderful and exciting, but I won't have a place to bring him home to.
This is the front porch.
These ruins were the former home of Tom and Sue Fellbaum, who lived here for 28 years.
How much did you get to leave with when you left?
Nothing. Clothes. Ornaments.
Except for a few tiny treasures, everything else, photos, memories, they're gone.
Has what happened sunk in yet?
No. It'll probably take a few more days.
This is what the Fellbaum family home looked like just 4 days ago. The fire just leveled it. Now, they tell me the most painful loss was these family movies right here. They can't get these back. There are thousands of stories just like theirs, Steve, and now people are asking tonight, did a public alert go out in time, if at all?
Carter, the forecast is showing more dry winds through the weekend. Have the thousands of firefighters that have been deployed there, have they been able to make any headway against the flames?
They have been. We've had a couple of calm days. They were expecting winds last night. That did not happen, so they made some headway last night. We were also expecting some wind today, and it hasn't turned out that way so far. So they've been making headway all along. The fire here, where I am right now, about 10% contained. We'll probably get updated in a few hours, and hopefully we'll hear a larger containment number. Now, don't get me wrong. There is still a tremendous amount of work to do. There are 22 fires burning in the state of California right now.
There are some pretty incredible survival stories in your piece. What more can you tell us about those who escaped?
Well, I can tell you that the people who lived in this neighborhood here are not in a fire zone. They never expected a fire in this neighborhood before. They've been in the hills a half hour from here, but they never expected a fire to come this far. When it did arrive, it was at about 3 o'clock in the morning or so. That's when people started hearing commotion outside their homes. Lots of cars and trucks honking, people talking. They were seeing smoke outside, but they still had not gotten the word to evacuate. The family who lived here, the Fellbaums, they didn't know what to do. They woke up to the sound of cars honking outside. They called 911. 911 told them, get out of there right now. Now, they'd never been under threat before, so they're thinking they're going to be back in a couple hours. This is just a precaution. So they only left with the clothes on their back and 1 car, and you can see what's left. They left the other truck right here and everything else in their home, and it's all gone.
The sheriff said they've moved on to recovery efforts. Why? Do you know why they've moved past the search and rescue part of this? Have the fires been so devastating that they've just given up looking for survivors after less than a week?
Well, initially what they were doing was trying to make sure and get to people before the fire got to them. That was the initial rush, just to save lives, get people out of the way. The worst part of the fire in this particular area has passed now, and that's why they're in a recovery mode. Everyone who got out, everyone who is going to get out has already gotten out. Now it's just a matter of going down that list of names and trying to see if you can find where those people are. If not, you got to go to the place that they were last seen, in some cases with cadaver dogs.
Carter Evans, be safe. Thank you.
Sure.